Hi YouTube fam, my name is Tibi Fake and you're welcome to a new episode of Mental-ish. I know it's been a minute here. Life has been a roller coaster, but still no excuses, so please bear with me, okay? And I promise to be more consistent in coming weeks, okay? But with that being said, how have you all been, like physically, emotionally, mentally? I hope we're doing well. Now the thing is, mental health is a continuous journey, so it's not a one-off thing. So that's why I am back today with a very important and crucial subject. This is something that has worked for me over time, and I feel like it's going to be beneficial to a lot of people, okay? So with that being said, let's get into the topic of the day. So most times we are hurt by people we love or by events or occurrences that are beyond our control, and without even realizing, these events tend to change us. So today I'm going to be talking about the subject, maintaining your innocence in a crazy world. You don't necessarily have to be controlled by the events of your life. I know people say, oh yes, we are a product of our occurrences or events or experiences, which is true, but you don't necessarily have to be like negatively affected or negatively influenced or changed by the experiences of your life. So let me take this instance. Let's take the instance of two boys that grew up in a dysfunctional home where there was a lot of strife and toxicity and abuse. And the father was a drunkard, and there was so much abuse in the family. And one of these boys grew up to become the same as his father, even worse. He led a very terrible life. He was also abusive. That was what he knew. That was what he accepted as normal. So he also veered on the same path as his father. And then the second child turned out differently, okay? He has a beautiful home. He is more responsible, and his life is a far cry from what he saw growing up. He lives a more enviable life. But if we take both cases, we can see that both children had the same experiences but different outcome. And that is because this is where your decision and your values come into play. Now here's the thing, nobody actually sets out in life to want to be a vile person or a terrible person or a hateful person. Over time we've seen very sweet people, or maybe you know someone or you've seen this play out over and over. We've seen very sweet people turn into monsters as a result of experiences that they went through, a sort of experience that was like a turning point in their lives. And then until someday they just wake up and they look in the mirror and you're like, how did I become this person? So you see, when you are so carried away with your pain and your hurts, a lot is going on behind the scenes that you do not even realize. And if you are not careful, you would lose yourself. So what I always advise is, ingrain your values deep in your heart, like etch it deep in your heart, in your palms, that no matter the events, no matter the occurrences, like you would never have to deviate from your values, okay? For me, for instance, I have been hurt a number of times, like a lot of you have also been hurt. But here's the thing, I have decided to maintain my childlike innocence, okay? Now, that's not because I am a saint. I choose not to be a vile person or a hateful person because I want to protect my mental space, and also because I refuse to pull through life with a charred or a broken soul. You understand? So for me, I would say the first step is you have to decide that you are not going to allow your events or the events of your life or the occurrences of your life to change your personality. You're not going to allow anything such great hold over you or your core. So for instance, for me, one value I uphold is love for humanity. So with this value, I'm able to ward off hate or anger or envy. Another value for me is forgiveness. So with this, I'm able to not hold people to heart or hold events to heart. Now, that's not to say that I've forgotten every bad thing that happened to me. No, but I just do not dwell on them. And if I ever refer to them, it's just because I want to learn from them. You understand? So the first step to maintaining your childlike innocence is you have to decide that you are not going to give anyone or anything that power to be able to change you. You're not going to allow anyone or anything have that such great control over you, over your emotional state or over your life. Because like we previously established in the past months, where I talked about these too shall pass. Honestly, whatever it is you're going through at the moment, it is just a temporary phase. And when you have gone past this, now what you have left is yourself. Who have you become? What kind of person are you now? And the truth is, the person you have become can either open doors for you or shut doors for you going forward. So let's take this instance of maybe two women, for instance, who were raped, and then one of these women became very spiteful and vindictive and hateful, and because of all of this, she would be so blinded to the goodness around her. And even if a good man shows up, like, she wouldn't even see that because she is so blinded by her hate. And then you take the case of another woman who also experienced the same unfortunate event, but then she still chooses to be optimistic and instead decides to be a voice for others, but yet is still optimistic and is still open to opportunities and still gets to live life and is still open to all that life has to offer, the good things life has to offer. Okay, so it's important that you preserve yourself, your mental space, and your core. Which is why it is always important to look past your current experiences, but instead decide to learn from them. Look past whatever pain or hurt you're currently going through, but always search for the lessons in these events, the lessons in these experiences. So now I know that a lot of people have been changed by the negative occurrences in their lives, and I totally understand, okay? But the good news is that you can still catch yourself, you can still find yourself. Even in the midst of all of this pain and hurt, it's not too late, you can still find yourself as long as you decide to. And also just return to the drawing board. What I mean by return to the drawing board is map out your values, write it out, state it plainly, and begin to live by them, okay? When you begin to live by them, you begin to generate so much positive energy that it eventually translates to your peace, good character, of course, your peace, your sanity, and fulfillment in every area of your life. So I'm going to be talking more about values next week, because really you can never go wrong with your values. That's one thing I've realized. Like, when you stay true to your values, like, you can never go wrong, because your values like your core. Like, it is what makes you tick. It's like that unspoken language within you that just makes you tick. So I'm going to be dwelling more on values next week. But with that being said, let's all decide to maintain that childlike innocence going through life. Let's decide that, look, I am not going to allow this negative occurrence in my life. I'm not going to let you determine or decide who I'm going to be. I still wield the power and the authority to be who I want to be, the kind of person I want to be, and the kind of person, the kind of woman or man that I want to be. So with that being said, thank you all for tuning in for today's topic. I hope it was very helpful, and please like this video, subscribe to this channel, share this video, and be good. And I'll see you all next week when we are back with another subject. So till then, stay safe, take care of yourself, and bye guys.